And then I stumbled across this article in 1960. This guy who was part of the Model T Ford Club International, he was a technical editor. He said, and I'll just summarize this, that basically we can run this stuff off of vegetables. The Model T could run on vegetable, ethanol and alcohol and stuff like that. In fact, according to the articles that I was reading, there was a way to switch between gasoline and basically vegetable based. He was just saying that an acre of corn stalks will produce 100 gallons of alcohol. Some corn stalks will produce 50% more. Then the distiller can turn around and sell his waste back to the farmer for cattle food. Nothing has been taken from it but the alcohol. All the nitrogenous matter is still there to go back into the soil as fertilizer. Imagine if cars, right from the beginning, Henry Ford created the Model T. Imagine if cars were running off of food, right, plants, then even the byproduct of the distilling process can be sold back to the farmer to use for fertilizer, and nothing harms the earth.
No money on
Can you imagine how different our world would be? But no, you got Rockefeller out there, Standard Oil, right? So meanwhile, as Henry Ford was developing the assembly line for mass quantity of automobile production, John D. Rockefeller was extracting and selling ever greater quantities of oil to be used in automobiles. And Ford had told the New York Times, he said, there is fuel in every bit of vegetable matter that can be fermented. There's enough alcohol in 1 year's yield of an acre of potatoes to drive the machinery necessary to cultivate the fields for 100 years. Can you imagine how different life would have been if this was allowed to continue? And I started looking deeper into this, and I'm just going to bypass this, but this is a video. That was a video of a guy who actually went to Ford Motor Company, looked at the Model T Ford, and showed you how the carburetor was rigged to be able to switch between gasoline and vegetable alcohol, ethanol, and things of that nature. You could switch it. And we lived at a time when it was agricultural, was the main thing in this country, was agriculture. Right? But you got John D. Rockefeller who said, no, I want everybody to run off of my gas. So prohibition was engineered. You ever wonder why they just made alcohol illegal? Right? Did they think they wanted a more moral society? No. Rockefeller wanted to shut off alcohol so that people would be forced in this automobile thing to use his, oil to run vehicles. And then later Rockefeller realized that he could use this petroleum stuff and create medicine from it. So then he took over the entire medical system and made everything allopathic and sent people out there to do studies to say that, yeah, vegetables and diet, that's not really anything you should be informed, that's quackery, right? We need pharmaceuticals. And so they basically made all of the education system shut down anything that taught nutrition and teach only pharmaceuticals. And they would get government grants and so forth. Western medicine relies on big pharma's petroleum drugs, which the body can never ultimately assimilate. For big pharma, there is no financial incentive to heal you. You ever think about that? They heal you, they just lost a customer. No. These guys are Luciferians out there trying to just destroy everything. There's a whole bunch of stuff talking about the drug industry. Things of that nature, so I'll just go past all this. Then I got to the point where, okay, you got Rockefeller basically creating the public education system, destroying healthcare in America, making it all based on petroleum-based drugs. And then a committee was raised up in the 1950s, a congressional committee, and basically what they figured out was there was a gigantic project to rewrite history. American history. That was a whole big part of it. So when you consider all this, there's a whole lot more I think there to go through here. Unfortunately, you start thinking about, is it really too big a conspiracy? When you figure out what they've done to us right from the start. Look at the 1920s, and you start seeing, these are books I recommend you check out. The Hunt for Zero Point, Secrets of Anti-Gravity Propulsion, Electrogravitics. These books right here are talking about in the 1920s, a guy by the name of Townsend Brown had realized that gravity had more to do with electrogravitics than it had anything, electromagnetism, than it had anything to do with Newtonian physics and stuff like that. So they had created and figured out anti-gravity in the 1920s. And this was written about prolifically from the 20s through the 50s until, guess what? NASA shows up in 1958, all that stuff gets buried, and I started thinking, geez, if they had anti-gravity figured out in the 1920s, by the time you get to the 60s, don't you think it would be possible they could have faked anything in a warehouse? They could have totally faked the whole thing. Look into people, have you ever heard of Edward Lee's Stallion? I think that's how you say his name. You ever hear that name before? Coral Castle?
Yeah.
They created this huge megalithic castle structure by himself. He created this whole thing, huge, like megaton stone thing. And then there was something with the zoning issue, he had to move it, so like overnight or something like that, or in a very short period of time. He moved this whole thing that he built by himself. By himself, he moved it to another location. You think he might have known something different about gravity than what we've been taught? Yeah, I think so. You look into our history, and why is it that until the internet showed up, none of us knew anything about Tesla? We weren't taught about Tesla, we were taught about Edison and Einstein. And yet Tesla had created free energy. He could have energized the entire world for practically nothing. Of course, that meant that, guys like Edison wouldn't make any money, and JP Morgan, who was financing stuff, wouldn't make any money. You can't have that. Can you imagine if we had energy all over the world, freely available to us, and we were driving cars based on plants, and the byproducts of the distillation could be put back into the industry to grow more plants? What kind of world would we be living in right now? Instead of a world that's been totally robbed of everything, we'd be living in paradise. But things were happening in the 1920s, and it's just amazing, 20s through the 50s. And in the 30s, you had people, the first men being launched up into the stratosphere, finally getting up into the sky. Early 1900s, they create airplanes, right? So we get off the ground, and this guy goes up in a weather balloon type thing, goes up there at 30,000 feet, or no, it was 50,000 feet, I think it was, and looked down and said, he described the Earth as a flat disk. Then a few years later, the Russians got to 62,304 feet. They looked out and said they didn't find any evidence of curvature whatsoever. Okay, first people to get up into the stratosphere. Now you've got people, and you may have even said this yourself, they're saying you can see the curve at the beach. Or you can see the curve at a commercial airline that gets, 35,000 feet. Yet these guys are shooting up 50 and 60,000 feet and reporting we don't see any curvature. Then you go a little bit further into the 1940s and you see stuff like this. We go forward about a decade to the 1940s, 1948. This is an official CIA, look up here, CIA.gov, okay? CIA declassified document from the Russians. I'm going to pull it up here in Adobe Acrobat. It's a little easier because I've already highlighted some stuff here, same document. All right, so the subject is Earth measurements, 1948, Moscow, Russia. Outer gravitational field and shape of the physical surface of the Earth. We're trying to figure out the shape of the Earth. Wait a minute. I thought we knew the shape of the Earth since Pythagoras and Eratosthenes, right? Well, apparently the Russians didn't get the memo. The study is made of the coordinates necessary for the solvability and uniqueness of solution of an integral equation by the aid of which the outer gravitational field and the shape of the physical surface of the Earth may be determined. So we'll go through this document a little bit here. It says the methods of studying the shape of the Earth, so this is what their goal is here. They're outlining some of that. The shape of the physical surface of the Earth can be determined with sufficient reliability on the basis only of data obtained from exact measurements. I suppose. And let's keep going down here. Let's see. We can regard the potential of the real Earth, by this equation here apparently, as known, correct to an additive constant at all points of the physical surface of the Earth and only on the surface, whereas it is not determinable at all other points of space without knowledge of the shape of the Earth. We're still trying to figure out the shape of the Earth here. But since the shape of the Earth is not known, the shape of the Earth is not known, 1948. The true coordinates of these points, B, L, and H, are unknown to us. So the Russians are having trouble figuring out the shape of the Earth in 1948. Let's look at another document here. Another declassified CIA document up here, right? They're checking out the firmament in this one. Let's go back to Acrobat. 1953 now. Geophysics light scattering, USSR. Trying to figure out how does light work in the atmosphere. So we get down to page 19 here. It says dissertations defended in the Scientific Council of the Institute of Physics of the Earth, Institute of Physics of the Atmosphere, and Institute of Applied Geophysics, USSR, 1957.
March 1957. So March 23, 1957, apparently. The dissertation represents the result of many years of study of the clear daytime sky. The observations were carried out in 12 locations at various altitudes above the sea, various climatic, meteorological, and synoptic conditions. The observations were carried out mainly during high transparency of the atmosphere and the visual range of the spectrum in the absence of a snow cover. In the investigations, 2 instruments designed by V.G. Vesenkov were used. One of these was a visual photometer of the daytime sky intended for measuring the brightness of the firmament. Interesting. Trying to figure out the brightness of the firmament. Again, 1957. The dissertation contains a certain formula of the brightness of the sky, taking into consideration only the brightness of the first order, and derived, get this now, on the assumption of a flat Earth, and giving some conclusions derived on the basis of this formula. So the Russians are trying to check out the firmament based on assumptions of a flat Earth in 1957? Very interesting, huh?
All right, then meanwhile, in the United States, you have this character right here, Admiral Byrd. Antarctica is Project Fishbowl. This guy is a highly decorated guy. I'm not going to go through all that. He's got many medals of honor and stuff like that. Amazing. He goes to the North Pole and claims to have found an entrance to inner Earth. They were dive into hollow Earth theory and all that stuff. Look into what he did in 1926. That's an interesting rabbit hole. After World War II, the nations, especially Germany, Russia, and the United States, become obsessed with Antarctica. 1946, 1947, Admiral Byrd leads Operation High Jump. Why they call it that? Because when you get to Antarctica, you're gonna see an ice wall that's 200 to 300 feet tall. You gotta get over that. Then you have 1955, 1956, Admiral Byrd leads Operation Deep Freeze. Everything changes after that. Most immediately after the nations form the Antarctic Treaty, the United States and Russia start launching nukes into the sky, NASA and DARPA are formed. I'm going to skip past the next video. You've probably seen it anyway, but talking about Operation Fishbowl, that was part of Project Dominic, and the name Dominic means of the Lord. So we literally call our mission, blowing up stuff in the sky, Operation Fishbowl of the Lord. Right? Now, if you're trying to avoid a conspiracy, you're not helping with the names here, folks. You know, it really does have the appearance that, you know, there was all this great breakthroughs in science, all kinds of stuff happening through the 20s, 30s, you get into the 40s, you're trying to figure out the firmament, the shape of the Earth, all that stuff. You get to the 50s, everybody goes to Antarctica, and it seems to me they found something. And immediately they all pull out, they say, we need a treaty, they all create the international treaty that you know, when has all the nations of the world agreed on anything, right? And yet, there's so many nations that are in 100% agreement on this Antarctic thing, and then we create DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, all the black budget stuff, right? You know, super soldier stuff and all that. We create DARPA and NASA, and then the first thing that happens, well, a few things happen. The United States and Russia engage in a dig race. They start digging down as far as they can, and as I think Joshua mentioned, we've only been 8 miles down. Yeah, how many of you have seen in your textbooks all these pretty diagrams that right down to the core of the Earth? We know everything, you know, the mantle and blah, 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 all those different things. They've got these pretty artist pictures of every part of our Earth right down to the core. You guys see those pictures? Yep. We've only been down 8 miles. Not only do they have that for Earth, they have it for the Moon, for Mars, for like all the planets. Right? How ridiculous is that? We don't know anything. But the United States and Russia immediately did a dig race. They did a missile race. We're launching high-altitude nukes into the sky, and then we have the space race. All indications are, when you just step back and look at it, it has all the indications of people realizing we're in a cage. And they're trying to test the boundaries. How deep is this thing? How wide is this thing? How high is this thing? Let's figure it out. Right? All of the activity from the United States and Russia especially has all the exact indications you would expect of somebody just realizing they're in a cage. So we'll skip past that video and kind of cover all that. So, what have we learned so far? Kind of winding down here. They've lied to us about our origins. They've lied to us about our history. They've lied to us about our political system. They've lied to us about JFK, the moon landings, and 9/11. They've lied to us about gravity, fuel, and energy. They've intentionally dumbed us all down. They've lied to us about nutrition and healthcare. They've drugged us all out of our minds for profit. They constantly get us to kill each other in unconstitutional wars. They convince us that they are the good guys and must be trusted. They've told us God and the Bible are not true, nor to be trusted for truth. They made science, falsely so-called, into a God. They've convinced us we are nothing floating on a dust ball in space. And they've convinced us aliens are our creators, and oh, by the way, they're coming back. So with all this in mind, is it really a conspiracy? I don't think so. Compartmentalization alone answers a lot of this issue. Does the private know what the general knows? No, of course not. Does the mechanic know what the king knows? No, of course not. Look into the Manhattan Project. Look at how many people were involved with that, how much money was spent on it. The Vice President of the United States didn't even know what's going on. The guy in the office right next to you didn't know what you were doing, and you didn't know what he was doing. Yeah, compartmentalization works. Again, the mechanic doesn't know what the king knows. If you really want to dive deep into how various nations can, be in on it, I recommend you check out these books right here. Conspirators' Hierarchy, the story of the Committee of the 300, of course, William Cooper's book, Behold a Pale Horse. Learn about organizations like the Illuminati, Freemasons, Vatican, Jesuits, Trilateral Commission, Bilderberg meetings, Bohemian Grove, Committee of 300, Council 13, and this is all just the tip of a very big iceberg of control. You understand how easy it would be to deceive us, and everybody would not have to be in on it. You start looking at people, well, I've got a cousin, I got a friend, I got someone, a family member, whatever, that works at NASA. Oh, congratulations, you know somebody who builds stuff. Wow. Awesome. Oh, you got somebody who looks at data on a computer screen. Wow, awesome. How many people have actually been in space? All you know is you built something that got loaded on that thing, that got shot up, and did this. If you do a time lapse of it. You don't know anything. Yeah, you trust your friend or family member wouldn't have to be in on anything. How many of you know they lose contact with their stuff over the Indian Ocean today? Even now, they lose contact. That's the perfect opportunity in my mind for them to switch something to feed data to the monitor. You had Gene Kranz, Jared did a video just recently, quoting from Gene Kranz. The guy, Gene Kranz, was like the head of operations in NASA during Apollo. He was, Ed Harris played him in Apollo 13. He is quoted as saying, our simulations were so good that the operators would never be able to tell the difference between real world and simulation. That's how good the simulations were. So even today, 2019, they shoot something up there, they lose contact with this thing over the Indian Ocean. That's the perfect opportunity for them to switch whatever they do, and the data appears on the screen, and the person reading the data wouldn't have to be in on anything. He's just reading what's on the screen. Their simulations are so good, you know the difference between real world and simulation. Keep that in mind. What government's trustworthy? Is our government trustworthy?
Nope.
Are the Russians trustworthy?
Nope.
Chinese?
Nope.
Israel's trustworthy, right?
Nope.
Governments are full of conspiracies. The military answers to its government. When you think about, there's only been about 550-something people, I think, that have allegedly been to space. And over half of them are from the United States. About 216 of the 375 U.S. astronauts served in the military. I served in the military. How many of you know military, from the private right up to the general, are trained to keep secrets? Guess what? You get captured, you're going to give everything away to the enemy? No, you're trained to keep secrets. You're trained, don't ask questions, you get paid to ask questions, right? Do what you're told. Trust the government. Swear to uphold what they tell you to do, right? When you're completely brainwashed through trauma-based mind control at boot camp. And when I was in that paradigm, I was Joe Patriot. I would have done anything they told me to do. And I look at the astronauts a lot like that right now. That, think about what was going on at that time in the 60s. If they told these guys, probably good, maybe in some cases possibly godly, but patriotic men, hey listen, your country needs you to do this. Okay? They would have done it. But is it also a coincidence that MK Ultra, the government-sponsored mind control program, ran from 1953 to 1973? Huh. The space program 1958 to 1972. Probably a coincidence. Space programs answer to their government. All nations who signed the Antarctic Treaty are a suspect in my mind. Secret societies, guess what? They keep secrets. Amazing. You had Francis Edward Webb, a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason, was the administrator for NASA for the majority of the 1960s. Kenneth S. Clayton, the overall manager of the Apollo program, was a 33rd degree Freemason. His brother, C. Fred Clayton, was a 33rd Sovereign Grand Commander, the Supreme Council of 33, Mother Council of the World, incidentally, Southern Jurisdiction, USA, Washington. Many other notable NASA astronauts, not all of them, but many of them, were also Masons or had Masonic ties. So if we're dealing with a massive conspiracy, the Freemasons certainly had no shortage of insiders, including the astronauts themselves, to help achieve it. It actually only requires very few gatekeepers to keep the masses in the dark. Let's get this video right here. What's the motivation? Well, this billboard kind of says it all. In science we trust, freedom from religion foundation. Now to be fair, I'm against religion myself. I can't stand religion. I'm all about relationship. Relationship with the Creator. Religion causes problems. But they're saying freedom from God. That's what they mean right there. But all they've done is create their own religion. And they have their own prophets. The prophets of scientism. So, in my opinion, what is the motivation? Why would they lie about all this? Well, it's my opinion. First, get people to doubt His word by destroying the very foundation of our Bible, Genesis. Specifically the creation account. How many of you know everything about modern science and everything that comes out of NASA is directly contradictory to the Genesis account? In every way. Set up a new paradigm where God is out and science is in. Evolution removes the hook from the equation. When evolution finally runs its course, it becomes utterly bankrupt, which it is right now. Introduce the idea of intelligent design, but deny the designer its true credit and place it rather on ancient aliens. Then promote the ancient aliens theme as much as possible in all forms of media by perpetuating the concept of Earth as a tiny blue marble, orbiting an average sun and an average galaxy among trillions of other galaxies in an ever-expanding universe. With so much quote-unquote potential for life to exist in such a vast expanse, the idea of alien scientists being our creators seems a lot more plausible over time and having indoctrination. Finally, the stage is set for our alien creators to return and bestow upon us their miracles, signs, and wonders in order to convince us all the more that all religions are false, and then we put our trust in them. Finally, when Christ does return, we are all convinced that He is the enemy, and our united world gathers together to make war with Him. That's Revelation 19:19. That's what I see as the motivation, and it's powered by the influence of media. Everything in media. It's like they've trained us that we're monkeys. Why? So that we can play the monkey see, monkey do mentality. They can show us something and we just believe it. I'm going to show you something right here. Check this out. I don't know if you've seen this. Have you ever seen the time when they launch all 5 space shuttles at the same time? This is incredible. All 5 space shuttles will launch at the same time. How close up to all these people? Right there, right in the smoke from the takeoff. They're all there videotaping with their iPhones and stuff. Check this out. Look at this guy. He's still on the catwalk. Look at these kids playing right underneath there. That's awesome. You see the kids playing in the fire? That's so cool. I saw it on TV. Look at this. It's amazing. They got all these cruise ships out there checking it out too. That was quite a sight to see, huh? And the best part's coming up. These guys have front row seats. Right there is pretty awesome. And then, forget about the Tesla, forget about Elon Musk. Look what these guys have to do. Look at that. That's the best cruise right there, huh? Looks very real, doesn't it? That's how easy it is to fool us. It's all on TV, must be true, in the media. There's how many of you ever heard of the 7 Mountain Prophecy? Anybody ever hear of this? A couple of individuals pretty big in the Christian world, Francis Schaeffer, Warren Cunningham, Bill Bright. They came up with an idea that they believed was given to them by God. They all had separate visions on how to reach the world with the gospel message. And when they came together and told each other what they felt that God was telling them, they realized that they had each been given separate components of a bigger vision, which eventually became morphed into what became known as the 7 Mountain Prophecy. If you can't read it, these are what they call 7 mountains or spheres of influence. They have a radical impact on our culture, and that's religion, family, education, media, arts and entertainment, government, and business. Clearly, if you think about those things, they all have a massive influence on the way we think and the way cultures are affected. And what impacted me as I looked at that is the mountains of media, arts, and entertainment have a tremendous influence over the other ones. They influence all the other mountains. Why do you think it is that all the media that we look at, now over 90% of it, is owned and run by 6, what I would say is Luciferian run corporations. They control everything. Everything you hear, everything you see in the media, and everything like that. There is a way we can fight back. I suggest that, take a look at what Alex Kendrick said. He's a Christian filmmaker. He said, I found a Barna survey that basically said the top 3 most influential factors in our culture were movies, television, and the internet. The church wasn't even in the top 10. This is echoing something that George Lucas had said prior. He said the influence of the church, which used to be all-powerful, has been usurped by film. They get it. That's a true statement right there. The enemy gets it. The people on the other side get it. Everything you're watching on TV is all about panspermia, ancient aliens. The aliens are coming back over and over again. Earth, globe, Universal Studios, globe. All this is in your face all the time. All the time. We have YouTube channels. We're being censored like crazy. Right? I've got 197,000 subscribers. Most of my videos cap out at about 16,000 views. They're squashing it. There's maybe 200 people here. That's great. 200 people. That's awesome. We are not reaching the world. That's why I'm so passionate about trying to get this project off the ground. See, what is this all about? I'm basically trying to take everything that we've been talking about here at this conference, everything that I personally researched over the last decade, and the information that other people that I helped to read their research, take all that same stuff and do the same thing they've done. Put it, wrap it all up in cool science fiction, and put it out there in the project that I called Seed. Why? Because I'm seeding you with information that over time can be watered and produce the same type of harvest that they have used against us with all of their media and all of their movies and everything.